Um, okay, I want to start today's daily close with a look at the weekly because weekly close is coming up in 2 days. We have taken a low. We've taken out the low of last week's candle, but we're trying to put in a otherwise inside bar. I think we're trying to put in an inside body, right, within the range of last week's candle. I think if we end up closing above 40, maybe not 40K, but like above 41K, and we still close this as an inside bar, the stronger the bullishness in this bar, the better it is. I think then a potential test of this high is very much on the table. At the very least, a test of this MA, just because we have a clear trend line break, a nice bounce off of it, and then looking like strong buying. Otherwise, obviously we have this sideways horizontal range, and when you get a horizontal range following a strong trend, that's usually going to be a continuation pattern to the downside. I mean, even if we do close up here, it's possible that we still push down to 20s first, but I do think it would be not unreasonable if we close up here to keep pushing higher. The trade would be you buy the open, a break of the high, stop below this bar, and yeah, let it do what it's got to do. The only thing is you're buying pretty close to the high of this horizontal range, which is fine because it's a pretty strong looking move, and it's not quite a second entry. I guess it would be nicer if we break above it and then you get a second entry here. I would think that feels a lot stronger, but you can take this trade and just sit on it. I think stop here is pretty sensible. I think stop here not so sensible because we're going to be at the bottom of this range where we have a lot of buying wicks. So there's buying pressure here, buying pressure here, buying pressure here, buying pressure here. We've had buying pressure here, although that's above that area. But I just think that when you're in this horizontal range, it's very easy for you to kind of go like that. Speaking of which, kind of did that today. We had a strong downtrend. Tried to put in a bounce here, push down, and then took a new low, bounce. This candle is actually outside up, ever so slightly outside up, and then we break above it. I actually took this and got with the stop underneath this bar, then got chopped out here, and I had to get in again later here. So kind of a little bit on the fence about this trade that I'm currently in. I think it could kind of go either way. Like we could get stalled up here. My profit targets are kind of in 39.2s, and then another one in this like right at the start of 39.5, where we've had some selling pressure, stalling, reversal. So I didn't want to be too greedy, and of course the EMA or the MA lines up perfectly with that. So majority of the position is to be exited at 39.5s, and I want to say like 20% of the position I'm looking to exit at 39.220 area, and then stop is I guess under here, right? Yeah, on a 4-hour time frame, it's looking again like, possibly wanting to, like we kind of broke this trend line here, but really broke the trend line here, and we're getting a second chance opportunity. So if we break above this, then I think it is possible that we can get another shot up to these 40Ks, maybe even 42Ks. But it's just a little weird because we are underneath the MA, and I'm getting a little bit weirded out by the fact that we keep pumping to this 40.5 region and getting rejected so hardcore there. I don't really know what that's all about. This one bar, this small bar, kind of made a trading range, and we've been respecting that pretty much. We take little traps outside, and then get back in, and then we have a top of the range here and a top of the range here. Maybe on lower time frames it can be something like this, but I think this is fine for now. So yeah, with the MA looming overhead, I'm a little bit hesitant to be trying to take this all the way to the top of the range, but just taking a quick 1.5% to 39.5 is the play for me at this time. And yeah, there's not really a lot to say about it. I think this daily candle is looking pretty not great. Obviously, this candle broke the low of this one, and then this one kind of gave it a little bit of a follow through. So yet another reason why I don't want to try and take a shot to above 40K, just because the last two candles have been reasonably strong. So it's not out of the question to tap 39.5 before continuing to push down on this candle. So a little bit careful, being a little bit wary of everything, but trying to make sure that we're making good decisions. And again, this daily MA is right here at almost 40K. So just want to be careful about running into too many MAs, especially because, like we said, we have this here, and then we kind of have this that's kind of a horizontal range. Maybe you can kind of even call it a triangle type of situation. The confluence of this lower trend line gives you more of a probability of taking along here, but once this resolves, the likelihood is that we go down if this is a triangle, and then if we do go down off of this triangle, I would think that whatever comes next, maybe it's to 30K, maybe it's to lower, we would probably get a bounce to I don't know, but I would expect two legs up, we would think. So it's kind of what we're looking at right now. I am about to head out, and we are kind of near the top of this area. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit like, instead of holding the stop down here, possibly moving part of my stop to break-even entry, which is like underneath this bar. Just because I kind of feel like if we do kind of come back down to this bar, it's probably not good, right? We're probably not going to, I mean, yeah, this isn't out of the question, right? I don't like to move stops to break even. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a fan of it at all, in fact. I hate it. I think it's very poor decision making, but we are kind of at this stalling level, and we do have so much room to get down here and possibly even further. So it may make sense to put stop out underneath this 38.9 region and then maybe layer some bids through here. I'm not going to do that right now, but like maybe when I get back, I can take like that type of trade in kind of this area somewhere. So yeah, I guess we'll see how it goes, but as far as this daily candle, it just doesn't look good. The daily close was not good. Obviously, we're trying to probe upward a little bit, and we'll see how far that gets us, but I do think that it's quite possible that we could push down into 37s like today. Let's look at it this way. Yeah, like I said, like these things are so weird, right? This and like how this ends up being like nothing happened here, and then this being such a quick pump and then dump back down, and then this being such a quick pump and then dump back down. Like, it's clear we're in a range. It's very clear that we're in a range, but what's not clear is whether bulls have any sort of pressure here, because a lot of they do have the pressure of like these really strong candles that are coming out of nowhere, but then like if you just see like bears are just running it back so quickly and so efficiently, and so like they took out the low of this candle, they took out the low of this candle, they haven't taken out the low of this candle, but like very possible to just happen right now. So kind of really have to be careful, I think, in either direction. I'm not very good at excuse me, I'm not very good at trading ranges, so really I'm just waiting for some sort of clear signal of, let's start making moves in a trending direction. So I'm really kind of waiting for us to exit this range in this space. But yeah, hopefully if we break through the top here, we can pump it up into like 39.2. I think my first take profit is 39.222. So that would alleviate a little bit of the. I mean, there's not much stress because my stop is like not so bad. It's like, yeah, a little over 0.5%. So getting a little close at 39.2 would definitely give us a nice little 0.5%, a nice little leeway, bringing that down to probably closer to 0.5%. Anyway, all right.